Hey everybody, how's it going? Untitled Chapter Dark, living up to the name. I'm of course your narrator supreme, Mr. Rob Robot Shlomo from Shabby Road Studios. With us as always, Mr. Tom Connors.
Oh, really? That's no way to behave on your first day, art.
Yes, thank you. Untitled Chapter Dark is performed on tape before a live studio audience.
Canned studio audience. Live can.
Yeah. And with us always is the ever lovely, ebullient, vivacious, and she's on cat duty.
No, I got it. It's got it.
It's because Zabu. Well.
No, the other one. That's
Tesseract.
Erpy tummy, a little dim sum. No, it's fine. I got it.
Okay. And with us always, with us is Mr. Tyler Bioshock.
Heyo.
Shocking.
How's it going, everybody?
Well,
that's enough of that. Oh, that's enough of that.
We don't got a ton of news, but we got a little bit of news. Isn't that right?
No. And we'll lead our top story. I won. We won team trivia. Woohoo! Yeah.
Yay!
Yes. And next week is the Jeopardy test. Actually, if you haven't signed up, it's
that's right.
Too late. So
you do that like every year, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
One of these days will be Jeopardy.
Even if I'm not, it's a fun thing to do.
I'll root for you.
Jeopardy, baby.
Of course, my brother Dave's always trying to figure out a way to cheat the test.
How do you cheat on Jeopardy?
Cheat on Jeopardy. What?
His theory was, we could take a picture of each question and then you could take the test again. I'm pretty sure they have the technology to have different questions each night.
It's not press your luck.
Well, even then they changed it
because of it.
Because of that.
All right, let's go on.
Speaking of pressing your luck,
did everybody get the Avengers tickets?
Yep.
I didn't, but I'm not too worried about it. You should probably be, Rob, but
well,
I'm lucky that where I live, there's a ton of theaters, and not like within driving distance. I got to go, but where I got to drive to, there's a bunch of choices. So, and it's showing like 5 times in one night. And the last time I ever remember going to a premiere that was even remotely close to being sold out was The Force Awakens.
Same here.
Yeah,
and that was when they still did midnight showings. So
that one I had to get a 3D showing. That's all I could get.
Well, yeah, that's what I always go to anyway, so that's where I luck out.
Where I am, I'm in Jack All Nowhere, and it's already sold out.
And that and when I went to see The Force Awakens, there was that little kid about maybe 3-4 years old, and then we kept climbing on the seats, running up and down the aisles. And when his parents told him to please sit down and be quiet because you're disturbing everybody else, he just said in his tiny little voice, "No!" And then during the big,
"You're not my supervisor." I was waiting for that.
Oh, now that you remind me, yeah. Where is it?
You're not my supervisor.
So yeah, and I would just scream, "Damn it, Archer!" So anyway, so this kid, and then he started to cry during the climactic scene. So evening ruined.
Oh, well. So those of you who are lucky enough to get your Avengers tickets, good for you. Those of you who are not, I'm sorry. And those of you who are lucky enough like me who probably won't have to worry about it, then I guess you don't have to worry about it.
Robbery still an option?
No, I really don't think they're going to sell out 12 theaters.
Yeah, they're going to have more theaters.
Like every half hour all night long where the one theater is, and then there's 2 or 3 other choices if that one doesn't work out.
But didn't Fandango's site crash?
Yeah.
Yes, Fandango's site crashed. I think AMC crashed when I tried to go on AMC's website. That wasn't reloading up. So there were some people who were getting put in line online.
That's amazing. That is.
Yeah, if there's people posting you're next, you're in line. You will be able to buy in the queue for like 28 minutes and shit. I don't think I've ever seen that shit online before. That's crazy.
And there was much rejoicing.
Well, this is going to be a test. I wonder how. I'm curious to see how many theaters comparatively to Captain Marvel it opens up to. I'm curious to see what kind of box office it opens up to comparatively to Captain Marvel.
Well, they
And I
did
wanna
change.
see- Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say they did change something. They like there's rumors going around that they CG smiled Captain Marvel in that little. I like this one little teaser thing at the end of the trailer. Like they used like another take or they CG'd her smile.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just wondering if like they're worried that this one might not do as well as. I mean, it's gonna make billions anyway. It's gonna get 2 billion anyway because tickets are like $10 each. Or $20 each. I mean,
Well, everybody
should
who's
say.
buying them on Fandango's paying premiums up
Mhm.
the app too.
Yep. Absolutely. So you're paying like $20 per ticket. And I just wonder though, I like how much if they're actually worried if like since they use this other take where Captain Marvel's smiling. I just saw SE reviews did a video on it.
Well, I'm seeing what I was getting to is more so just in comparativeness to see if it does a very comparative weekend to Captain Marvel with the same amount of theaters, but yet we don't get a bunch of reports of empty theaters like we did with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
That's
You're a
what I'm
whore.
curious to see, because then that'll really, really add some weight to the whole Disney was buying tickets shit. I mean, that's like of all the conspiracy theories that came out of Captain Marvel, that's the one that I have a hard time believing, but
Doubt it.
but it's not above the realm of possibility because record producers used to do it all the time. Book like authors and publishers used to do that all the time. Still do probably. I mean, I think it's illegal in most cases. Of course, nobody's going to actually probably admit it till way after the fact, but people have admitted it that it has happened. You know, where in bigger cities they'll go out and buy like a bunch of the books the day that it comes out to get it on the bestseller list and shit like that.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
keep
kind of
thinking-
payola, right? It's similar to that.
Kind of, yeah. And I know, like, well, it used to be like with the records, like Rob was pointing out one time, you know, it used to be they just call, you know, the biggest record stores around and say, "Oh, what are you selling?" You know, until they had point to sale or whatever program that they finally enlisted.
SoundScan was like 1991, 92. That's when we had the first actual tracking we had the first actual hard data as far as tracking numbers when
Right. So it'd be easy to manipulate a system like that when you have to now instead of the whole other side of it where you could just fudge shit. You know, to where, you know, you could go in and be an intern at the record company, go buy every single record of Guns N' Roses that week.
Yeah. There were like 2 or 3 record stores in Los Angeles that they would call. This is as a sample, see what people are buying.
Right. And what I'm saying
yeah.
Once
But
they
immediately,
changed
I remember.
so.
Yeah, I remember immediately after they implemented SoundScan, everyone was asking, "Who the hell is Garth Brooks?"
Blame it all on his roots.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because they found out that the type of music and stuff that was really selling wasn't what the record, either the record sale, the record or store owners were reporting, or there was somebody else in between their fudging numbers.
I just keep thinking to myself, really, Disney went that far to protect Brie Larson?
I don't think they, particularly, I don't think they would. But then again, we've seen a lot of the other stuff, the shenanigans around. And again, nothing is directly connected with Disney.
But companies that are influenced by or friends with, like Fandango, he used to work for Disney, the CEO. And the CEO of like Fandango owns Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, and it makes them money for you to buy their movies. And I bet Disney's one of their number one cash cows.
I don't think Iger ever worked at Fandango. Who are you talking about?
There was
Fandango CEO.
Yeah.
Of all the people to defend, I mean, her
bitch.
I don't know. See,
they're doing that with their other movie too. They're out there like trying to critic proof everything else. Like Netflix going like tweeting out her resume basically. Just when somebody's like, I thought Captain Marvel was kind of meh. So then they're like, oh, here's her resume.
yeah, Netflix pulled a boner this week.
Mhm.
They,
And then Brie Larson retweeted it.
yeah, that was a big fiasco.
every time you say Brie Larson, we're gonna have to say
Bitch.
Oh,
My political career is already over.
You're a whore.
that's not me saying. Roger's the one calling her these names. Okay, it's not me.
Roger should be president.
Roger.
How bohemian?
Yes. So. Okay. Well, anyway, have we talked about this enough, or?
I don't know. I mean, really, are we surprised? What's our before we shut it down with this to move on to the next thing? What's everybody's prediction of the opening weekend on this?
$1 billion.
Better than Infinity War, but yeah, it's not gonna beat Avatar.
No, I think it's not. Well, I think it's gonna do a buttload of money. That's all I know.
I think it might actually break. What is the record for a weekend?
Let me check.
I want to say it's just under 200 or just over 200.
It's gonna be over 200.
Well, considering that my ticket is like $20, you're paying the Fandango premium, so your ticket prices are gonna be higher.
257 million
$32.50.
for Avengers Infinity War.
I was gonna say I think Avengers did it, but that's with a Thursday total and all that shit too.
No, 3 days.
Well, that's only 3 days. Wow.
Yeah.
And they were making a big deal out of 4 days for Captain Marvel. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Anything to make it look like it did better than it did. Anything to give the highest number. I mean, it's still in 4,000 theaters right now. It was released just in time to go in, so you have to see it. You can't red box it. You can't stream it or anything. You have to see it if you really, really have to know what's going on. It's like, of course, it's going to make money.
Bitch.
And this one's going to do just as well as Infinity War, if not better. I mean, this is the last one.
I think it's going to do a little bit more than Infinity War did.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'll have a whole year worth of new fans that they've probably picked up over the year who are like, oh, I just got into the MCU now and I need to see what happens. And
Well, this is the one. A lot of people told me they're going to dip out after this one. So this is sort of the last hurrah. This is John Paul, George, and Ringo walking across the crosswalk at Abbey Road, leaving the studio one last time. So that's this is, like I said, the 10 years this has been building. So, and it figures, we have our very own Yoko Ono to come in and fuck it up.
Bitch.
So,
all right, let's move on.
But she couldn't ruin that Apple concert.
Oh, God, Lord knows she tried.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a Joker poster today.
Let me make a note here. Hold on.
Not only did we get a Joker poster where we found out that we were going to get rewind, try that again. We're going to get a teaser trailer tomorrow.
Oh,
look forward to that.
okay.
Oh, really? We're gonna get two. Oh, for God's sake!
We got a new Godzilla trailer. No one cares about it.
And there was much rejoicing.
I can't wait for Godzilla. That's going to be
hell yes.
One of my surprises of the summer, probably.
That and John Wick.
Yeah, John
Hell
Wick.
yeah.
But that's not till late summer, is it? Or when
No,
is
it's
that, July?
May as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we got
No.
Godzilla and John Wick coming up really soon.
Wow.
Do you think anybody's really going to care about a Joker movie starring Joaquin Phoenix?
I don't.
Yeah.
If this makes money,
It's going to do as well as Captain Marvel or better.
Tom, what'd you say that name for?
Bitch.
Damn it.
So you could do that.
Okay.
I don't see this failing in any way. I don't. Even though that like guys like us don't have a great interest in it, the Joker is such a big character, and as we said the other night on the Batman thing, he outsells Batman in merchandise. So
That's not shocking.
I have a feeling that this is going to do at least a good 150 its opening weekend.
That's Joaquin Phoenix. He's recognizable. He's a good, solid actor. People like him. Yeah.
And I don't think anybody was really all that enthralled with Jared Leto's Joker, to be honest.
Nobody was.
Even though he's still technically back. And, Joaquin is one of those, personally, I can take or leave him certain roles, but I don't have anything against him. I don't know if he's necessarily the worst choice for the Joker, but
he's an unusual choice.
I'm leery about the whole basically turning villains into heroes all the time shit.
Thanks, Venom.
Even Punisher to a point was originally kind of a villain.
Yeah.
But I mean, he works better as an anti-hero. That doesn't really count.
There's something, I don't know if it's necessarily this generation of moviegoers or fans or whatever, but there's this whole idea now. And Professor Geek was talking about this, and he's doing we're trying to get him back on because he's interesting, really interesting guy to talk to. But there seems to be this whole thing now where a lot of fans, a lot of moviegoers think the hero that is a paragon of morality, like a Captain America, like a Superman, oh, that's boring. That's passe. And they think that if a character just goes around wantonly wreaking havoc and causing destruction, that it's somehow it's edgier, it's cooler, it's more mature. I'm like, no, it's not really.
Like Snyder with Batman. Excuse me.
Yes. Actually, he gets oh, damn it, he gets one of these,
bitch.
So he gets one of those too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's this whole, like I said, there's been this shift, this paradigm shift. A paradigm, people use that word to sound smarter than they are. Guilty. That I don't know what's called an anti-hero, but there's almost like this sociopathic instinct or this psychopathy that a lot of people get off on seeing these characters do these horrible things on screen, like Venom eating people, or Punisher's not really Punisher's an anti-hero, but it really, I mean, and that we've seen the squeaky clean villain is boring. Like, it's only boring because you really don't understand what to look for in these stories. So
yeah,
discuss.
I also have that. I've noticed that I think people have kind of paradigm is a bit shift when it comes to morality as well, because straight up just evil bad guys doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. I mean, look at Disney animated films. There's usually either a twist or they're somewhat sympathetic or something like that. Even like Maleficent, remade, she's now the decent person. Like, pure-blooded, horrible human villains don't really seem to be as often portrayed in films as they used to be. And I don't know, since I read true crime all the time, like, no, come on, some people are just freaking evil. Come on, keep it.
John Q. Public. We have video games to play the villain. Well, I've often said that. If you go on PlayStation.com, you would go on every once in a while. They would say, I want to play a game, World War II game from the German perspective. I'm like, yeah, do you really want to do that? Do you really want to do that? We're not just talking about playing as a nameless avatar, just like a disembodied floating gun. I want to play from the German perspective. Really? Go look up what the German perspective was.
I've
read a few books, read a few books, okay?
I think you could do it well, but you have to handle that incredibly carefully, especially in today's climate, and you probably couldn't even get away with it if you handled it well in today's climate, so it probably shouldn't be worth bothering, but I wouldn't mind it.
Granted, in the first Call of Duty, you play as Russian soldiers, and Stalin did some pretty bad things, but you didn't see that. You'd see. You actually rather be a German soldier Russian than a Russian soldier on the Russian shot, not even knowing I'll lose. Actually, yeah. Actually, yeah, in the first Call of Duty game, the Russian, the commissars were shooting the guys who retreated.
Mm-hmm. You could do the World at War thing where it's like everyone's kind of portrayed as awful. It's like Americans are gunning down people en masse, Russians are shooting themselves, the Germans are committing atrocities, Japan's like cutting people's heads. World at War kind of just treated everybody as like a monster, which I'm kind of okay with.
Well, I think the point you guys are getting to here is Joker's kind of one of those last pure villains. He has no real motive other than everything's a joke. And he's unpredictable because he has no motive and he'll do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And when you least expect it, because that's the whole point. Everything's a joke. Everything's a prank. Everything's, he's up to that point where there really is no, like you were kind of saying with the true crime stuff, Tyler, there is no real, his only conscience he has is Harley.
Even
really.
that, he's still pretty mean to her. He's
and even then, yeah.
Like Ted Bundy, we're not supposed to know, or even really can know.
Right. And even then, like I was just going to say, that's few and far between if he ever does listen to her. And that's just it. It's to do this to this character. And Rob didn't get no credit for it. You got a hell of a leak way back when. Nobody paid attention. You got the leak for this story way early. And it turned out to be right kind of when we heard the synopsis. And that was that the Waynes were going to be painted like a Trump-like family. And the Joker was going to be the hero of the people, basically.
Yeah, the man of the people.
Kind of the way they're going with this, and I just don't know if I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but it's going to be interesting. But I really don't have any desire to see it. I really don't.
I'll probably go see it because I'm sure Andre will want us to talk about it because it's going to be one of those movies. I have a feeling he's going to do. It's going to bring in the audience that they wanted Suicide Squad to bring in, is what's going to happen.
I think so.
Because the moment everybody was on board with Suicide Squad until the moment they saw Jared Leto as the Joker, and then it was like, it wasn't even really a split down the middle. I'm going to say 75 to 25%. 75% of the people are like, fuck that. What the hell is that? And then the thing they did on Gotham was even worse.
Oh, God. Oh, that show.
Freddy Joker.
Damn.
Did you see what he looked like, Rob?
No.
Oh, I'll find a picture here.
You guys see this shit. It's pretty bad.
Let's take a look here. What's going on? Stretch.
You just lost $5.
The Joker.
Honestly, I prefer Heath Ledger's take on the Joker, where it's like his backstory's ever changing. It's all bullshit. He doesn't give a shit. He's just, he's terror.
Yeah, that's the version I like. Between that and the Jack Nicholson Joker, which is like just kind of the older version, just amped up.
For God's sake!
Yeah.
Yikes!
That is terrible. That is horrifying. That's from Gotham?
Yep.
Oh, for God's sake.
And they picked a perfect day to do it on, too.
Halloween?
April Fools, but yeah.
No.
Joke's on us.
For God's sake. See, that's what living in the White House does to you right there.
John, what are you doing there?
I ran out of orange paint and somebody stole my wig.
I keep saying the job ages you. Look, that's
whatever. I'm as healthy as a horse.
Oh, for God's
healthiest
sake.
President ever.
To be fair, stable genius is a thing that Joker probably would say.
No.
Does Gotham have a 25% different edict too, or not?
No, they're just batshit.
No, because they've just played this game that's why I got out of the show, because they kept, this is the Joker. No, it's not. This is the Joker. No, it's not. This is the Joker.
The show didn't even know what it wanted to be. It wanted to be a procedural with Jim Gordon, and then it became prequel Batman, and then I don't even know where it became towards the end, frankly.
Yeah, and then they got into all this magic shit.
Robots too.
magic, but science.
Oh, for
where
God's
people were
sake.
metahumans and all that crap. Yeah, I just got
Oh, for God's
nuts
sake.
from me.
That's
Dog it.
terrible.
Dog it a script.
That is terrible. That is
Yeah,
terrible.
actually, it looks like if they put makeup on Jack Nicholson now, maybe, and no hair. Even Jack be like, God damn, I look like shit.
Yeah, he would. Forget it, Marge. It's Chinatown.
Looks like a zombie.
Yeah, he does. It's like something from The
Zombie.
Walking Dead.
It looks like this, like a Simpsons Halloween episode where it's the zombie, the zombie revival of the Joker, and
Homer went to clown college and it turned out poorly.
yeah.
You suck!
It's like Ryan Johnson's Joker.
Oh,
Ooh.
Kick
no.
ass!
Ryan Johnson's Joker would probably be played by like fucking Daisy Ridley or some shit.
Even kick his dad!
Damn it! Now I got Ryan Johnson in my head. Now I'm like, oh god damn it!
Ryan Johnson.
That's the new edgy soap opera for Playboy Channel tonight on Ryan's Johnson.
Well, the Game of Thrones guys took some shots at him the other day in an interview.
That
They're
was
like-
pretty
What
good.
they say?
They said we're not as hated as some of the other people involved with Star Wars or something. It was kind of hilarious. I made a video about it.
I wonder who that's referring to.
I know. I wonder. Oh, and good news and bad news. The channel, the copyright strike will probably stay on for 3 months, but I can still premiere videos. So if you want to watch videos live, I can premiere them.
We'll do what we can. Unfortunately, like with our situation, Andre had to go directly to the source because YouTube was zero help.
Well, yeah,
And
that's what I
the
did.
source is not exactly somebody I'm sure you can really.
Well, it's CBS directors, and they had to go in and manually do it. So yeah, so to go and live stream, we're still going to be streaming. We're going to stream off the other channel. I did clear that. I can absolutely stream off of the other channel, and I can still stream off of Twitch. So what we need to do is to get 4,000 hours up on my secondary channel. But
We'll get you there.
yeah,
Yeah.
I already hit the 2,000, like the 1,000 sub, and then 2,000. So
Yes.
it's been awesome. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and throw your link in the chat there for the other channel in
Yes.
case people haven't got it yet, Mecca.
All right.
And subscribe to Mecca's second channel.
How could I forget you, my good time gal?
I'm looking for that Screen Rants article. It's a Screen Rants article about Benioff and Weiss. So
And I normally wouldn't say shit like this, but this might be a time where we need to start like a Twitter campaign towards CBS because obviously you're not going to be able to go to talk to them directly.
no, I think what
the only
happened is
way
I
we're going
called
to get
them
their
on.
attention, yeah, but the only way we're going to get their attention is if a lot of people get involved. So, yeah, maybe make a special tweet after the show or something that everybody can retweet toward CBS or something like that, perhaps. Or if you have one already, we'll bring it up and.
They're
I'll
just,
look
I mean,
into it. But yeah, here's the new channel here in the chat. It's the
That's the only way you're going to get any kind of attention on this, probably.
I don't know because I was pretty nasty to them though. That's the thing. Like I don't know if they'll ever rescind it because I was pretty nasty and I called them on them making fun of they're making fun of people with dyslexia. They're making fun of people with autism. They're treating dyslexia like it's Rain Man.
Yeah, but unless you're using more than like 4 or 5 seconds of footage, I
might
really can't see them having any foot to stand on. If that's the case, then from now on, just do like we do and don't use.
I won't
footage
show
that
any.
you know
I
you're
won't
not
show
gonna get in
any.
trouble for. Yeah.
Was
I'm
it
not
people
even
versus Mecca?
doing articles. That's the thing. They really fucked themselves because I'm not even gonna run any articles of Star Trek anymore. They pissed off my fans and the viewers because the fans are like, no, we're shutting Star Trek. We're gonna just completely blackball them. We're gonna shadow ban them. We're gonna not mention them on the channel anymore. I think it might be part of it, and because that's just going to bring stuff that to like attention to them. So I don't even know if I'm gonna do the reviews in a couple of days.
Well, it's more so a simple fact of they were basically waiting for a slip up. And once, you've done it enough times or whatever, it was enough footage that they think they could do that.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. YouTube's rules always go in favor of the claimer instead of the one who's being, accused of whatever infraction it is. And YouTube doesn't follow the fair use rule at all. Neither does half the studios. It's a wild fucking mess. and it's sad and stupid, but unfortunately, hopefully, unfortunately, it may take a while, but hopefully it doesn't. But there's not much you could probably do, unfortunately. If there's footage, that's the problem. It's really shitty and difficult.
It is. It's so annoying too, because when I would pop up footage, sometimes you have more than like 30 seconds of something that's wrong. So you're there talking about everything that is wrong. And I use the watermark to obscure it. They had to go in and manually watch the video to manually detect it. They had to actually click on my channel.
They've been waiting for you to fuck up. That's
and they've done it every time. They February 15th, we streamed the Discovery reaction. They got me with a claim from CBS CID, monetized by copyright owner. And I could have the option of filing a dispute. I didn't do it on one of my last ones because, who cares, right? It's stupid. It's Discovery, right? I don't care. Take the 20 cents. I don't care because I did play. It looks like I have 50 seconds of video footage on one from the 15th.
Right.
And they claimed it manually. But then this one, I don't know what they did. I think I pissed them off because I called them on how insulting they are to the fans, how they basically are making fun of people in wheelchairs. They're making fun of people with autism. They're making Tilly out to be this purse puppy token, spectrum person. They've got Spock out as their token disability. It has become the Special Olympics of Star Trek, and it's kind of disgusting. No, it's not even funny.
I know. I should laugh. Yeah.
I know. And we can make fun of it and say, oh yeah, this is like short bus Trek for stupid people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That is not even the bottom barrel. That doesn't even like scrape the surface of like any of this stuff that they're doing in this series. They're making fun of their the core audience, by calling us nerds. They make fun of us by oh, you're so old, you want the view screen. Fine, only old people want the view screen. And now they're out there toting around people in wheelchairs, Spock with dyslexia, Tilly with probable being on the spectrum. You got guys with like visors and people with like little parts and bips and bobs and crutches, and it is like so disgusting to see that this is like, oh my god, this is the Special Olympics Star Trek, and you guys should be ashamed of yourself that you're doing this.
Well, in a way, you got a point there. To me, it's like one step beyond a freak show.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who may not get what I'm saying, let me clarify. To me, it's just as bad as those who used to.
It's like Todd Bennett Browning's Freaks.
Yeah, who used to exploit, people with disabilities and other, abnormalities. It's no different, but you're just acting like you're being inclusive. That's all.
Yeah,
that's really all it is. You're not doing anything different.
They're not doing anything different other than parading out. See, we have all these circus freaks. Look at us. We're representing all of you idiots out there who hate, who look different, all you nerds and dorks and our words out there because you know the word, but we call Riri Williams sometimes off camera. No, we don't do that, actually. I'm just joking.
I can't believe that somebody would actually call somebody that, and that's actually a nickname.
We don't actually just say it behind the scenes. We say it on air too.
I know we say it on air.
No, it's just more so we've said that in our world, at least growing up, that's what that meant.
That's what that meant. And
if you want to argue that it doesn't, then I can point you to a point where it does, because Kevin Smith even got it past the censors in the Clerks animated series.
Yep.
And that's exactly what it meant. He says it on the commentary. So right there goes to show that is a slang for the word retard. Okay. Period.
Exactly. And we're not condoning the use of it. We're calling them out for parading around like it's almost to the point where I need to make a video calling them on their bullshit, which will probably copyright strike. But I'll just use images that'll be obscured or something. And
like we do anymore, yeah.
Yeah, because seriously, it is almost to the point it is offensive. It's like they're just to the point where it's like circus freaks anymore.
That's what I'm saying. It's no different. They're just grandstanding, saying, "Oh, we're doing it to be inclusive."
It's like, no, you're not. You're doing it to make fun of your core audience. You're
doing it like
we need special treatment. I am dyslexic. I don't need you to treat me like I am, the Rain Man. All right, that's offensive to me. I'm a woman. I don't need you to
You
be.
don't
like,
have
"Oh,
to
you're
watch
just a
Wapner.
I love Judge Wapner.
I watch Wapner.
Watch Wapner.
Definitely
But the point is,
People
like
definitely got my underwear.
they're so goddamn stupid at this point in time that I've been calling them on their bullshit, and that's probably why they've been sitting on my channel. And they're like, "Oh no, no one watches your channel." Really?
Well, I think that, and since you got attacked, I think is the main reason. But yeah,
Really? Well, no, they've sent
Well,
people.
for
They've been
that,
watching
but-
my channel. They've been
I
watching
think
my
they're
channel.
coming for you big time though. But yeah,
Yeah, they've been coming for me. They've been watching my channel.
the Batman gives us £2. Says we would love for Mecha to parade around. All right.
I'm the Batman. I'm the Batman.
Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. I am the Batman.
Yes, I am the Batman.
You say Batman. I was gonna say before the parade passes by, but that's too passe for most people.
Oh shit! But here's the problem: is really there's not a lot you can do.
No.
It's not like it was when we got struck and there was nothing they had to strike.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, because there's even I'll be honest, full disclosure, there's certain pictures and certain videos that we only have the rights to use for so long. So, it does technically count for pictures in a way too, but where does the the fair use end, and where does copyright infringement technically begin? So
Like, if I were actually sitting there playing the entire episode, yes, strike my ass. If I'm popping up a couple of seconds here and there to make fun of and point out that how stupid it is and why that camera angle was fucking annoying, where Stamps is upside down for a second and then spins around, that is 1000% fair use. That is, I'm not stealing your show to make a profit on it. I am riffing the show to comedically enhance and commentate and review your show, and that is what I make money on. And that is why they're so pissed, because I probably make more, from like $20 or $30 in super chats on a live stream than they make on their CBS All Access, because nobody's buying their DVDs. Seriously, nobody's buying.
I know I'm laughing because it's true, but
Oh boy.
I get more views on my videos complaining about Star Trek than they get on interviews of their Star Trek cast members.
Yeah. Well, and that's just the way it is.
And I'm not
They
I'm not
gotta-
like bragging. I'm just saying, like, this is why they're so pissed at me.
They have to give away their little after show on Facebook now. That's how bad it's.
Yeah, they have to give it away. They can't even sell it. They have to give it away.
Give it away
Oh,
now.
This looks awesome. Somebody put up on whatchamacallit on Facebook, Beauty and the Batman. That looks awesome.
Ooh.
So okay. Yeah, Beauty and the Batman. That does look cool. Okay. Well, anyway.
As old as time.
Yeah. Song as old as time.
Alfred,
Tale as old as rhyme.
they turned you into a pot.
Alfred. The Kevin Conroy Batman.
Oh yeah, you do all right.
Yeah. Alfred. It's a tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme. Beauty and me.
I can't do Batman. It's not like I have lung cancer. I try to do
Well,
Batman.
you got to do what you got to do,
I really like the whole. I loved Kevin Conroy Batman. Damn it, that's
I'm sick of being a pot. So if you could kindly get this thing lifted, and I'm not a pot anymore, I'd be much better help with you. But I don't have hands. I can't even.
Alfred, I've told you a dozen times already. I can't do that. I'm not superhuman.
But you're like the world's greatest detective, ain't you? Well, then detect something to fix this shit. I'm a fucking pot. I'm a little teapot. I can
Alfred
sing that,
shit.
and it's true.
Alfred, be quiet and make me some Earl Grey.
Burn.
Yeah. Alfred, it's 4:00. It's time for my tea.
Fuck off.
That's it. I'm docking your pay. You go try to get this raise from Ra's al Ghul.
Will you please tell me what the hell I could do with pay as a pot?
And we got another £5 super chat.
Ka-ching. Ka-ching.
Ka-ching. Where's my ka-ching? From the Batman. Disney's hiring thieves to break into people's homes and leave Captain Marvel toys for children. So that's
Even I wouldn't do something that dastardly.
Nigma, what is this?
Wasn't me.
My Kevin Conroy Batman need work? Or I don't know. It's the first time I've ever done it.
It's not bad.
No. First time I've ever done it. Yeah.
Doing this was because it reminds me of Bat Metal too. My face does not look like anus.
What kind of monster would speak like that? You sound like the motherfucking Cookie Monster.
I strike fear in the heart of darkness. I'm the Batman.
Yes, and you want cookies too, I bet.
I want cookies.
Yes, cookies. I know your weakness.
Is that Oreos?
Chocolate chip and oatmeal.
No, I want Oreos. Evan.
Cookie Monster is a bad example for children. He leads to obesity.
Oreos and milk.
I am Batman.
I'm Batman.
No, I'm the Batman.
No, I'm Batman.
No, I'm the Batman.
No.
I've got the car.
No,
I've got the cave, and I have a cave.
Mine's a tank. my Batmobile will quake your Batmobile.
No. Oh, well, if that's the case. Yes, Batman. That guy wasn't the Batman who met Scooby-Doo. I'm the Batman.
And I got a better outfit.
It's time for dueling Batmans. Bing, 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 bing.
My outfit won an Oscar. Did
he win an Oscar for that?
No, but he
won an Oscar.
For Anna and her sisters.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. What was the spy? Michael Caine. Michael Caine played a spy in a movie in the late '60s with the big thick glasses. The Kingsman. The guy that inspired the Kingsman.
That's the reason they had him in Austin Powers. Yeah, and I can't think of the name of the movie now.
Dad, I thought you were in trouble. Well, there wasn't talk of tying me up. Moving swiftly along, guys. Harry Palmer. No. Yeah. Was that Get Carter?
No.
Get Carter?
No.
He was in the original Get Carter, but that's not the movie I think you're thinking of. Yeah. Sorry, what'd you say, Tyler?
That was Michael Caine as like a gangster. It wasn't like it was.
Yeah. He was in that, but yeah.
Great movie, but
we're gonna yeah, okay. All right, well, okay. The Ipcris Files funeral in Berlin. Jonathan J. Wolf, $5 super chat. You may have said before, but what happened to the Blu-ray talk with Bill you used to do, or am I just missing them? Thanks. No, Bill hasn't. We haven't done one.
Bill's been writing a book, actually. So he's been really busy writing a book. We are planning on doing something soon. I believe basically what we could call it now is like Streaming Wars 2. It's but the plan, fingers crossed, is Bill, Robert Burnett, and Andre and myself and Rob or whoever, and we're going to talk the next step in evolution of the Streaming Wars and that kind of stuff. So if you enjoyed our very first video, that's the plan. And then also I have been talking to Tim about hopefully picking up and doing some other stuff on the side too, to kind of catch up on what's going on, because that does kind of remind me that there is big Blu-ray news today. That was the other thing we were going to talk about. Batman is finally coming to 4K. Bill Hunt predicted this, or basically leaked it a while back and predicted it would come out in June, and that seems to be the case. So this June, if you have the proper setup to enjoy that, that'll be a nice addition to your collection, I'm sure. So all 4 Batman films are coming out in 4K. The covers are kind of nasty looking, but
modern day cover art is kind of a lost art form.
oh god, it has been for years. It just sucks. And I mean, that's the sad part is okay, out of the Batman movies, the first one is the only one I'd be like, yeah, definitely use just the symbol. But other than that, let's face it, all the Batman movies were the prototype for the floating head action movie for the next 20, 30 years that we're still seeing to this day. So if they want to do something different for the second, third, and fourth one, I'd be all for it, but not what they did. It's like some pop art bullshit. Looks like crap.
Okay, what is the worst like art cover for a Blu-ray you have? Because I can already tell you what mine's gonna be.
Oh, there's too many now. That's the thing. If you asked me back in VHS days, that'd have been easy. I would have just picked some real shitty Video Treasures slapped together art, but nowadays they all look like that.
And for me, like the DreamWorks movies where it's just a zoomed in picture of the character's face. That's
just their latest. That's their latest thing, and I think they're doing that because, and this is really weird, but you might like this, Tyler. Over in the UK, I guess the slip covers for the Disney movies are very popular because I actually have some.
No, I have
where
one.
they're zoom in close up faces of all the Disney characters that are in whatever one is in the movie or whatever. So I think DreamWorks is trying to emulate that. That's why.
Actually, you want to like annoying like de-evolution? Look at all the Disney like releases from like DVD onward. The covers progressively get worse and worse and worse.
Well, the Disney ones are horrible. I hated them back in the day.
I like some of them.
Some are okay, but most of them are just slapped together.
Yeah, there's so many that are just empty space where just like there's nothing there, just like a blank like white spot where like there should be something. Like the artists forget to put somebody there.
Well, from what I know, like the notorious famous like Little Mermaid.
Okay.
The reason that is the way it is for some fucked up reason, I can't remember why, but Disney would not use the poster art for their movies on video. For some fucked up reason, they would make an artist re-render a new picture. Well, for some reason, they didn't like the one they had for the Little Mermaid, so they had the guy slap together what was a variation on the original poster. So that's why the castles look like dildos, because he was basically freehanding real fast in the middle of the night.
He did actually slip a schlong in there. So.
But well, that's just kind of what they looked like in his quick interpretation, is his story.
Well, yeah. The other alternative is he did it just to see if he could get away with it.
Just to get away with it. And it's very possible because they have slipped all kinds of crazy shit into Disney movies.
Like in Rescuers with the naked woman, that was just a little middle finger to who I think was like Ron Miller at the time. It's like, I'm gonna put a naked woman in this movie and see if you can figure it out.
Yeah, there's been plenty of stuff they've found over the years. So, but they've generally taken it out now, so good luck trying to find it. The last one is the Rescuers one, is the most recent one you could probably find. Because they didn't know that one until DVD.
What was that with
when they're flying through the air in one scene through the city, if you can kind of see it even if you don't pause it, especially on DVD. And that is a chick she's naked in a window, basically. And then I think there was another flash somewhere else, like on front of the cart or something like that, of a naked person, like just a Playboy pinup kind of thing.
Yeah,
they've hit them in other movies too, and then like Roger Rabbit was another famous one because Jessica Rabbit doesn't wear underwear, and that was by choice by the filmmakers, but of course they had to fix that because people found it on Laserdisc. So.
Are you sure about the thing with the Rescuers though? Because I'm pretty sure that was like a 2 frame rate, and of course the movie was like 24 frames. Like you can never really notice that unless you're pausing it.
I swear I remember seeing it on the DVD.
Well, there's a still. I found the still.
Yeah, the still's there. Maybe I could remember the still a little more. But and another thing they changed on Roger Rabbit, I guess I have to look again on the Blu-ray, but I guess they supposedly took out where Baby Herman was sticking his finger up the skirt.
I think that is true.
So not so we don't get accused of adult material, because there's Rescuers there. This part is censored right here. So
yep, that'd be it.
Yep.
And
Animation, hard job. I think they get bored real easily.
Well, that, and it's just a lot of the times, especially back then, the animators and the camera guys were usually guys, but the inkers were girls. So you had a lot of male camaraderie in the other one end or the other.
Not only that, it's a tedious job too. It really is. You're there. You're drawing the same image 24 frames a second.
Well, and back then, like, who's going to see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why 2 frames. I'm like, no one will ever notice that. But they didn't think that these movies would eventually be on, something you could play it back and pause it. So, oops.
Pretty much,
I'm sure that guy was like, wait, you can watch the movie and you can pause. Oh shit.
Supposedly, when Simba lays down and goes to sleep, it kicks up the dust in Lion King. It spells out the word sex.
No, it's SFX. That's just the thing everyone thinks it's SEX.
Well, it looked like SEX to me when I saw it, but
There's a lot of stuff with Disney.
The SFX thing is just an excuse.
There's a lot of stuff with Disney, like the whole with Aladdin, where it's like, was it "Come teenagers, take off your clothes" or whatever? Like that. That's not actually what they said in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Boy for sale. The Simpsons, remember Sherry Bobbins? Boy for sale. Are you sure this is legal? Only here in Mississippi.
Or what was it, like the bishop with a boner from Little Mermaid? Like, I think that's supposed to be his knee, but the animation kind of looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they may have fixed that too in the newer one.
They did to make sure that you'd even think about it, but
Okay, I'm starting to fade. We got any more stories?
We got Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone supposedly sucks. So
yeah, funnily enough,
Yeah,
the first ever episode about it is actually your career, Rob.
Ew, what the hell?
It's a failed stand-up comedian that apparently can like eliminate people with his own jokes.
He rewrites reality.
Yeah, he jokes about somebody and they cease to exist.
Yeah.
Bet you wish you had that power.
The first guy to go would be Trevor Noah.
Really?
Followed by a close second, Ryan Johnson, and then maybe Alex Kurtzman, and then we work on a few people here and there.
You got to be a fair.
Remember the Smurfs when they
had Brie Larson in there,
and Amy.
Oh yeah, don't forget Amy.
You're a whore.
Amy Schumer, yeah.
No, Amy passed.
Always remember, you're a whore.
So what do you guys think of the new Endgame trailer, though?
Well, I was going to mention with the thing with the Twilight Zone is that the first episode, I think you can actually watch it without using all access at the moment anyway. And the problem with it is it's the same problem they did with that 2004 version with Whitaker, where it's like it's an hour-long episode. Don't do that.
Oh, I have just no interest in modern day Twilight Zone.
It could work. It could work, but you're recycling because the second short is just basically 20,000, terror 20,000 feet, but it's reworked a little bit differently from what I've been told. These episodes don't need to be an hour long. Most of these ones in the Twilight Zone are about half an hour, and some of the concepts were 15 minutes of content at most. They stretch it out. That's the problem.
Well, they don't know. They think there's longer. They think it gives you more time to develop develop the story, and it doesn't.
Or pad. It becomes a lot of padding.
You don't even have to do an hour. You could do 44 minutes. 44 minutes is quite a long time. But I'm not adverse to a new version of the Twilight Zone, but at the same time, from what Doomcock says, it's terrible. I haven't seen it.
It's not great.
Yeah.
I just have no interest in it because I've already seen the Twilight Zone, and I don't want to see some new modern day, dark, gritty, new camera angles, new for dumbed down for modern day stupid people. I just don't want to bother.
To be fair, though, there were some pretty dumb episodes of the Twilight Zone. It could destroy itself very easily.
Picture, if you will, a man who's lost control of his vocal cords and his mind. He's sitting here doing a podcast, talking about nonsense, but in reality, he's about to do much more.
You've just crossed over into the Midnight's Edge Zone. Mecha Random, she had the world at her fingertips, but that world was slipping through her grasp. And she became the target of unwanted harassment by a major television network. So,
while you're over here talking about the Twilight Zone and putting fingertips up your ass or her ass or whatever, you should watch that Avengers trailer. Holy shit.
I thought there wasn't going to be another one.
Oh, there is.
No, this is the newest one.
Oh, man.
I didn't watch it.
That's one yet. Besides that, what I think I seen the fake smile.
Okay, I gotta see this.
Weird. So weird.
Is that? Did I link it in chat? Is that what it was?
Yes, that's the one in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had not seen that till now. Wow.
Hmm.
I like that one. That's my favorite trailer so far.
Okay, let me see.
I just glanced at it. I have to do a full reaction video at some point, but
Okay. Oh, okay. Mark Ruffalo. Okay, there's Don Cheetos.
You're gonna have to turn it up. There's talking.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get this copyright thing.
Well, the audio shouldn't. And we can kind of talk.
Oh, Rocket Nebula. Oh, Tony's back on Earth.
You gotta listen. Listen. Just hit the mute button on Google.
What the flower people
I know it's
say.
gonna suck, Rob. You'll have to shut up for 2 seconds, but hit the mute button on Google, and then it won't bleed through.
I take it you couldn't hear that.
Nope.
No, so I told you. So yeah, while he's watching it and while Tyler's watching it, Mecca, what do you think?
I didn't get a chance to really look at it too much because we were on air. But it looked interesting from my side. I did see the Captain Marvel smile, but
that looks weird. That's the only bit she's in it.
It looks so she looks like she has a plastic smile. You know, one of those people like models who have to smile at you, but they hate you. That is exactly every time she smiles. She just has that plastic. Her eyes are not smiling, but her face is, right?
We got to see Thanos.
I don't even remember that. I didn't look. He's probably the least interesting part of the whole movie to me.
Failed.
I only like I was thinking.
To me.
I almost said, you know, skipping getting tickets. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to review this thing, and I'm probably gonna fall asleep in this movie. It looks.
This was the best looking trailer to me so far.
I saw a little thing on the internet where they're like slamming Captain Marvel down. It's not in this though. Where Thanos is like basically throwing her on the ground, and
that must be a different one then. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
That might have been like from a video game or something, or from.
Oh.
It looked or a fan render. It looked kind of cheap.
Were you slamming?
Holy sheep shit!
I'm with him.
Yes.
Maybe I shouldn't do a reaction to this. It looks boring as crap. I just saw the Godzilla trailer, and the John Wick trailers.
You gotta like listen to it. But you see,
I didn't hear the volume.
You're not invested in the Marvel universe. Though.
No, I fall asleep.
You're totally honest about that, and that's cool.
Oh no, people hate me for it. They hate me. Oh my god, how dare you not love everything Marvel? You're a DC lover. I didn't like DC either. I didn't see half of them either. No, I'm a Babylon 5 nerd trying to get into this popcorn sci-fi.
Tom and I are gonna recreate the best part of this trailer. Okay, when that scene between Cap and Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna be Cap, and you're gonna be Tony. Okay.
Okay.
And action.
Was it my line or your line first?
I got the. I do you trust me?
I trust you.
All right, end scene. Hey, here we go. Well done, everybody. Well done.
I just remember it being really intense.
That's 5. Print it.
Shawarma, everybody.
Hey, I don't know what shawarma is, but I want some. Have you have shawarma?
Yeah.
Have you ever had shawarma? Shawarma is really good. Have shawarma.
I've never had it, but yeah, I tried.
Except most of the people when I went to see it didn't actually stay to see a shawarma scene.
Well, at that point, I don't think people were really used to the whole.
Shawarma's either
credits.
Yeah. Shawarma's either chicken. You can have chicken or lamb. It's really good. Spicy meat in a pita pocket.
Oh, I've had that before. That's kind of it's kind of like a gyro almost. Then
no, well, yeah, almost. Shawarma,
similar. I've had.
Hey, shawarma. I love shawarma. Yeah, place X is place in town, and it's open till 3 a.m. They serve shawarma.
Here, Rob's
I'm not-
bitching about being tired.
Damn, I want shawarma now.
Yeah, I was watching American Dad. They were in the kitchen. Snack attack. So just all right. Oh, what else is going on? What else is going
that
on?
got me a little charged, but other than that, yeah.
I was about to do some
Yeah.
riffing about the more Twilight Zone. Like, did anybody have a least favorite episode of that series?
Why?
The original one. I'm talking about the original series.
Oh, I love the original series.
Oh, I do. I'm
Twilight.
thinking of like least favorite episodes. Like, I'm trying to think of a couple. I'm like, ew, that was a bad episode.
See, that would be like a roundtable sort of thing, just an all like hour-long discussion about the Twilight Zone. Because there's too many little tangents
I think
to
the
go
best
on.
episodes of the series are actually the ones that dealt the least in sci-fi, like the one with our imminent doom by nuclear annihilation. That the shelter. That was a great episode.
There was an episode called Steel with Lee Marvin.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah, with the battling Maxo. Yeah, and he actually had to climb into the ring and fight a robot, and he gets bludgeoned. So
There were some silly episodes. Like there was the one where like some military guys go back in time to like Custer with a tank. That happened once. There's a lot of good episodes, and they weren't even always on the twist. Like one of my favorites was the one with Robert Redford as like Death and like the lady that won't want to die. That there's no twist to it because you kind of see it coming, but it's emotionally satisfying and it works.
Purple Testament though is hold up as a classic.
Oh yeah, that's
Nightmare,
a classic.
Nightmare 20,000 Feet is a classic.
Oh yeah,
There's a man on the wing of this plane. So there's another one with Shatner where they're in a diner and there's that little thing that tells your fortune, and it was just a couple coincidences, but they couldn't leave until it told them. And then another couple comes in afterwards. They'd been there for years and they were asking the little fortune teller thing if they could leave, and they were stuck there. And it's like, look, they were at risk of becoming what these people were. So, and there was another one. What else? There's another good one.
The one with the doll, Tom, the one that basically created Chucky.
Talking Tina.
Yeah, Talking Tina, where he murders the dad.
There was one where she was a movie star and all her friends were aging out of the business, and she wanted to live in a movie, and actually she did at the end. There was another good one. One about Casey, the baseball player who was a robot. For a team, the Hoboken Zephyrs with Jack Warden. And he goes, well, we can't let him play. He doesn't have a heart. And if they gave him a heart, and then he couldn't bring himself to strike anybody out. That's what.
I also had a weakness for the ones that are based on historical events. Like, was it King 9 Will Not Be Returning, which is based on the Lady Be Good incident during World War II. And there's ones based on the disappearance of George Guynemer from World War I. Stuff like that I was always kind of a sucker for.
There's a good one where there was a good one. I don't know who was in it. The guy was an author, and he would speak into his tape recorder, and the character in the tape recorder would come to life, and he would, and says, "Oh, I saw," and his wife comes home. "I saw you. You were with another woman." He goes, "No, well, I was with a character." He goes, "I cut the piece. I spoke to my tape recorder. She came to life. I cut the tape out and I threw it in the fireplace." And she didn't believe him. And finally, at the end, he takes an envelope out of the like a file cabinet with her name on it, and it's got her piece of tape, and he throws it in the fireplace. She disappears, and he feels guilty. He tries to recreate it. He goes, no. And then he imagines another a woman in her place. And then Rod Serling is doing the wrap up. And then he takes an envelope out of the file cabinet with the name Rod Serling on it and throws it in the fireplace.
That was a good episode.
That was inventive. Yeah, that was inventive.
I thought you were going to talk about like the new exhibit one where it's like Martin Balsam comes to start with like wax figures, and they're like Burton Hare and like Jack the Ripper, and eventually they start murdering people.
No, I don't remember that one.
It was not the best episode, but it was interesting.
The Burgess Meredith one was always good. Yeah. that was
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or it
Uh,
was.
people like I said, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people. I don't think a lot of writers can write something like the Twilight Zone now.
Actually, funnily enough, Jordan Peele basically has been taking from Twilight Zone for quite a bit because mirror image is basically what Us is.
Well, I was kind of like interested in seeing this until I started hearing all the reviews.
Yeah, and it's CBS All Access, and they can go fuck themselves.
That's a big killer too. Yeah.
Like, it's not even worth bringing any attention to. They just need to like go quietly and die in a fire.
There's actually there's a great episode with Charles Bronson and with Elizabeth Montgomery. It's called 2. They're the last 2 soldiers after a war. And there you go. Charles Bronson, very young Charles Bronson. Yeah. And very young Elizabeth Montgomery. They're the last 2 soldiers, and they're on both sides. She's trying to kill him, and he wants no part of it. Take your war. Yeah. Take your war somewhere else.
If I ever met a genie and he gave me 3 wishes, I'd say take 2 back. I only need 1. A death wish.
Anyway,
Death Wish 7. I wish I was dead.
I wish I was dead. Oy.
Okay,
But,
we got to add Death Wish 3 to like the watch party list.
Oh, good God.
I've never seen any.
Oh my God, you haven't seen Death Wish 3? Oh my God.
I've never seen Death Wish 1.
Oh, who cares? But Death Wish 3 is the best.
Good movie. After that,
That's
we
polarized.
turned into like exploitative B movie schlock, basically.
But Death Wish 3 is
But
like
check out-
prime rib Death Wish. Oh, sorry, yeah.
No,
That's
you're right.
right.
It's like
But
the B movie shit. Yeah.
But check out Elizabeth Montgomery. Elizabeth Montgomery was hot. Damn.
Yeah, she
One
was.
thing my dad always said too whenever we watched that show. Not that, but
Yeah, but they took the uniforms. They took the uniforms off. They were the last 2 soldiers. She was trying to kill him. Then they took the uniforms off, and there was just nothing left. There was nothing left to fight over. And they walk off hand in hand in the sunset. A love story brought to you by the Twilight Zone.
I'm gonna have some sex.
Talking about Elizabeth Montgomery, after she did that mini series about Lizzie Borden, it turns out she actually was related to Lizzie Borden.
I had never heard that, but I never heard she was related to Lizzie Borden. But
Yeah, it was like it was a good mini series though. As with all mini series is, yeah, Lizzie Borden was nowhere near as attractive as Elizabeth Montgomery, not even close.
no, let's take a look at what Lizzie Borden looked like.
Actually, it's funny because like the book I have by the FBI agent, like John Douglas, even flat out says, I'm like, oh, she ain't Elizabeth Montgomery. She was a pretty average-looking woman at best.
Well, what's funny
yeah,
is
she was.
but
Oh, she was a. No, that's her. Really? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Let's share this photo already and see the real Lizzie Borden as compared to Elizabeth Montgomery. Look, she was a sturdy woman, I guess. I don't know.
well, Christina Ricci's played her twice now.
Yeah, that's a little bit closer, but still.
Lizzie Borden versus Elizabeth Montgomery.
I'm sure it'll come up quick.
So, there's Elizabeth Montgomery. Yeah, like I said,
There's what the whoa? Go to that Lizzie Borden TV movie. Holy shit, she's taking her top off there. What the fuck?
Well,
Oh yeah, that's the twist ending of the miniseries that they proposed that she chopped up her parents while dressed naked so that no blood was found on the clothes.
yes.
But we don't get to see nothing probably because it's a damn TV movie.
No, you didn't. It just implied.
Dirty fucking bastards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was that she
Rob, that's got to be like some kind of porn crime, ain't it?
porn crime. Oh yeah.
What also constitutes as a porn crime?
Well, he's my authority on that. I'd have to ask.
All right, let's wrap this
I
up.
suppose if you use a porn actress in a movie and don't show her breasts, would that be a porn crime as well?
Yes, it would. Crime against pornography.
Yeah, let's wrap this up because this
Yeah,
is
let's
getting
wrap this up. That's all right.
yeah.
You need to go.
Yeah, it's getting. I'm old. So,
Well, I got to work in the morning too, so I got to try to find a new chair. Mine broke.
Oh, so you're telling me that every movie Sasha Grey's been in post porn career is basically a crime?
It is, I guess,
Mm.
unless there's an age cutoff.
All right, let's. I don't know.
It's up
All
to
right, everybody.
Have a good night.
The jury's out. I'm going to deliberate on this, and I'll get back to you with an answer. Okay.
Yeah. I deliberate all the time. Doing it right now.
Okay. If you like what we do, click like, subscribe, and the bell icon on here and on the main channel. That way you're notified of all the latest content. Head over to Patreon if you really like us. Bloopers, outtakes, lost episodes, my 10-minute stand-up set, link behind the edge, making videos, and more. For a little $1 a month, you can support the channel. And if you don't have $1 a month, please like, subscribe, click the ads, share with your friends and your enemies and your acquaintances and your loved ones and your people on your hate list and your pets. Yes.
And thanks for all the super chats tonight, guys. That was awesome.
Yes.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It was. Thank you for the super chats. And as always, because we're not going to do this without you, Mecca, tell them about your multiple channels.
I am Mecha Random 42. I have my main channel, which you can just click my name in the chat, or you can click the link I'm about to drop for the new channel, which is Mecha Random 42 Live. I need to get the watch hours up to 4,000 hours over there to get monetized over there, but I can stream over there and I can still do live premiere videos. So definitely check out my live premiere videos. I'm going to try and premiere them at 6 or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock Central. I'm going to try and do that every day from now on, or around other streams. Like if we happen to be going live, I'm going to try and premiere them around the same time and do like one premiere a day for you guys, since that's a nice loophole with the copyright strike laws. I also have Twitch. I've been streaming on Twitch over there too. Check out I'm on pretty much every channel on YouTube anymore. You can't escape me.
Much rejoicing, yes. Tyler, tell them about your channel. Or
Well,
tell them whatever you do. What you do.
What do I do, actually? I'm Tyler Bioshock, and if you want to see more of me, I'm currently in the Facebook group, just, reading and doing nothing, and I got a podcast called the Peanut Butter Podcast, where I can talk about nothing, or Lizzie Borden, who apparently was maybe a lesbian, or maybe my aunt, who is God knows what.
Do we need to call somebody about that?
Yeah.
Child Protective Services, maybe?
No,
Just remember, this is just, have you tried, when she says something unusual to you, have you tried? So.
Well, if anything happens to me, the cops will know exactly who to go after first.
Okay. Anyway.
And now for something completely different.
So, all right. Okay, everyone. I am, of course, Mr. Rob Shlomo. Everybody, check out our friends, Clownfish TV, SC Reviews, Professor Geek, Captain April. Go subscribe to Captain April's channel if you haven't. Who else? Egotastic Fun Time. Gonna have a great time. Egotastic Fun Time. Give them all your money and give us some too. Who else do we like? A lot of people. We like a lot of people.
Mauler,
yes. Check out Mauler. Oh, I'm waiting for Mauler to drop a Captain Marvel review.
Oh, that'd be a fun one.
Yes.
Creepy Little Book is another great one. We've been hanging around over there doing occult stuff and food porn.
Our Midnight Lawyer
and punk rock.
Doomcock. Check out Doomcock. So, okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Well, we got to do the Spinal Tap watch at some point.
You gotta have an entire Rolodex for what we gotta watch.
Yeah. All right, everyone. We're gonna, because I'm old. We'll see you next time.
Guilty.
18, you're first.
Could you point me to the free booze? Howard Stern? Well, I'll be damned.
A moment of your time? You were right. I'm a loser.
Kick ass. How good are you?
Do you